Hi friends, this is Suzy, your gaming guru. It is October 14th, 2021, and I'm here to talk about the All-Stars event quarterfinals. So I've been trying to figure out the best way to approach this, and I delayed a day. Now, I can't go back in time and change my opportunities, but I can use this moving forward for other events. I talked yesterday about a different person who is also competing in the quarterfinals, and I think they were over 200,000 for top spot. Today, that same person is not in the top spot in their competition. The person with the most points is over 525,000 points. So we're going to see if delaying a day helped us at all. And unfortunately, we can't delay 3 or 4 days, but like wait until half an hour beforehand. But the problem is, if we did delay too long, we might get excluded from the event. There might not be any more teams to be fit into, and then also, we don't know how quickly those levels will rise here. These scores will rocket up sometimes. All right, so I'm in 16th position now in my All-Stars. I did do some work because I was actually recording levels, and we got 16,642,000 points for position 16. On my particular board, Tanya is in the lead with under 100,000 points, 66,955 points, and I want to stay within striking distance, which to me is somewhere in the top 10, but there's a huge gap from who's in 10th place to who's in the top place. So maybe striking distance is somewhere around 3rd or 4th place for me. So I'm going to do a little bit of experimenting. I'm going to see how long it takes me to get up there. I've got my water handy. The house is relatively quiet now. I'm just going to pause the recording, see how long it takes me to get up somewhere around this area, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, so here I am back, and let me explain all of the time that has transpired. The first 10 minutes I spent trying to play new levels and not really making any progress at all. Because with new levels, sometimes you get an easy one and sometimes you get a nightmarishly hard one. And even though you get a times 10 multiplier if you beat the level, sometimes it's not a good point scoring level anyway, and there's no guarantee you're going to make any progress, that you're going to beat the level. Also, on a mission like this, it's very, very tempting to throw a whole bunch of boosters in so you don't lose the level, so you do get the points. So I take a different tack. I go to a place where I know I can beat the level. 1476, definitely I can beat the level. And I can just play it repeatedly. I can zone out and watch TV, or today I was listening to my 70s music. And it doesn't take any thought process for me to play this level. So I played it repeatedly. And I played it for 50 minutes. But then, unfortunately, I had to take about a 20 to 30 minute break. So now, even though I think that I've gotten up at least into the top 10, other people may have shot past me in those 30 minutes that I allowed to elapse. But let's just go ahead and check anyway and see what happened in that time. Oh, good. So I'm still in the top 10, not quite in this range like I intended to get to, but that took me 50 minutes of playing to get all the way up here. That's 50 minutes of playing in the quarterfinals after I have tried to make sure that I gave myself every advantage by entering late. So it's a lot of work for anyone who plans to get into the semifinals, because notice that this is the only one that has this golden band on it. Tanya right now is in first place. She's the only one who will get a ticket to go to the semifinals if she maintains her spot. Anyone else who comes and takes it then gets that ticket from her. It's not the top 3, it's the top spot in order to advance into the semifinals. And then the semifinals gets even more difficult. It's still 4 days, but it's split up into 2 2 different events, 2 days each. And let me remind you that you have to get in first place in your events in the semifinals in order to advance to the finals. And you have to do it twice. In the first event that lasts for 2 days, and then in the second event that lasts for another 2 days. And it's no longer a group of people who may or may not be playing for fun or being committed. You know, it's everyone who has gotten there is probably committed now to trying to make it to the very top. So this, in my opinion, is a huge time investment. I don't think I have enough time, let alone the willingness to be able to dedicate that much time of my life into this event. My son and husband have been encouraging me to, Mom, you're the Candy Crush guru, you've got to go for it. Yeah, but the game means different things to different people. And I know some people like to play it for fun and they get frustrated when the levels get tough. Well, I used to play it for fun too, and then I changed my opinion and I started playing it because it was a challenge and of course because I could help people. And so that's the biggest challenge, is trying to continue to help people advance. There has to be a reason that you do what you do. And I have very few reasons to try to make it into the finals. The only one is that there's this expectation put upon me. And so maybe I'll go, you know what? I may not live up to that expectation, and I'm okay with that. Oh, and speaking of expectations, and level 1476, because that is really just my favorite level to get anything done. There are some levels that are better for certain applications, but generally speaking, level 1476 is my go-to. And I tried today to figure out which is the quickest for me. Is it quickest for me to play really quickly and try to get the goal done really, really soon? Or should I hold off and try to get more orange by delaying it and not finishing the level until I only have a few moves left? Because then I have more time to accumulate more orange. And the first time I tried to whip through it and I was, left with over 25 moves left, I got a good score. I got 850 stars. That's comparable to what I make when I kind of drag it out, somewhere between 850 and 1,200 stars. Or, I'm sorry, orange. Orange. If I said stars, I mean orange. So, because I'm looking at these orange stars on the screen here, and I'm getting myself confused. So, each time I play, I make about 850 to 1,200 orange on the board. If I drag it out, when I played quickly, I still made 850, so that was awesome, and I thought, oh, this is the way I'm going to do it. And then the next time I played, I only got 476 doing it that route, and I thought, oh, that's awful. Don't I want to invest a little more time and drag it out so I get a better score? But then the next time I played quickly, I made over 1,000 points. And so then I realized I probably need to readjust my expectations. Yes, it is a disappointment when I play like that and I only get less than 500 points. But then there are sometimes I drag it out and I drag it out too long and I accidentally, even though I could have won several times prior to this point, I accidentally make it so that I can't win. And then I get no points whatsoever. So I've decided to play quickly. All right, so that's it for me. I've got something really important to share with those of you who are trying this. I'm going to save it till tomorrow. Another little trick that you can try to employ to get a good score. So I will see you back here tomorrow with my update on how I'm doing on this progress. And I will see you soon. If you have any questions or comments, please put those below.